Do you think you own your cat? Think again. Right now, as you watch this video, your feline is executing a meticulously calculated plan to control every aspect of your life. And the scariest part? You don't even realize you're being manipulated. Stay until the end, because the fifth technique will make you completely rethink your relationship with your pet. Cats have taken over the internet, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Recent studies of animal behavior reveal something disturbing. Domestic cats have developed sophisticated psychological manipulation techniques over thousands of years, specifically designed for humans. We're not talking about ordinary training. We're talking about feline social engineering. While you think you're taking care of your cat, you're actually being trained by it. Every meow, every glance, every seemingly innocent movement is part of a complex system of behavioral control that dates back more than 10,000 years. When the first wild cats realized they could use humans as an unlimited source of food and shelter. And before you think this is a conspiracy theory, know that there are researchers dedicating their entire careers to understanding exactly how cats managed to become the only domestic animals that were never actually fully domesticated. They just made us believe it. Get ready to discover the 5 most effective manipulation techniques your cat uses against you every day. And spoiler alert, you've probably fallen for all of them today. Technique number 1, the customized meow. Have you ever noticed that your cat meows differently depending on what it wants? This is no coincidence. It's pure strategy. Researchers at the University of Sussex have discovered something impressive. Adult cats don't naturally meow to each other in the wild. Meowing is a communication tool developed exclusively to manipulate humans. But it gets even more surprising. Each cat develops a unique repertoire of meows based specifically on its owner's reactions. It's as if it's constantly testing different sound frequencies, tones, and intensities to discover exactly which combination makes you jump off the couch faster. That high-pitched, insistent meow at 5 in the morning? He's discovered that this specific frequency is irritating enough that you can't ignore it, but not so aggressive that you get angry. It's the perfect balance between manipulation and maintaining the relationship. And there's more. Studies show that cats adjust their meows to mimic the frequency of human babies' cries. Why? Because we are evolutionarily programmed to respond immediately to that frequency. Your cat has literally hacked your parental instincts. Think about the last time you were busy and your cat started meowing. How long could you resist before checking what he wanted? Probably less than a minute. He knows this, and he systematically uses it against you. The most fascinating part? The more you respond to the meows, the more your cat refines the technique. It's a continuous training cycle where you are simultaneously the student and the teacher. But who really learns in this equation? Technique number 2, strategic eye contact. That moment when you're working and feel a fixed gaze piercing your soul, it's not paranoia, it's calculated manipulation. Cats have mastered the art of eye contact in a way that few animals have managed. When a cat looks directly into your eyes and blinks slowly, it's not just being cute. It's performing what feline behavior experts call a cat kiss, a sign of affection that releases oxytocin in your brain. Oxytocin is the same hormone released when you hug someone you love. Your cat literally hacks your brain chemistry. But here's the trick. He does it on purpose. Research from the University of Portsmouth has shown that cats have learned that this specific behavior dramatically increases the likelihood of receiving positive attention from humans. And once it works, they repeat it. Again, and again, and again. And pay attention to the timing. Your cat never does this randomly. He waits for you to be visibly busy. Why? Because the interruption creates a sense of urgency. You feel you need to pause what you're doing to reciprocate the attention. It's basic behavioral psychology applied with surgical precision. The most impressive part? Cats adjust the intensity and duration of eye contact based on their personality. More anxious owners receive longer, more insistent stares. More relaxed owners receive quick, subtle blinks. Your cat is constantly calibrating its approach to maximize results. And when you finally give in and pet him, you've just reinforced the behavior. The next time he wants attention, he'll do exactly the same thing. Because it worked. Because you were trained. But don't just believe the research. Experts worldwide confirm this manipulative behavior. Dr. Sarah Ellis, a feline behavior specialist at International Cat Care, states that cats possess a sophisticated cognitive ability to understand cause and effect in relation to human behavior. According to her, when a cat learns that a certain action results in a reward, be it food, attention, or access to a specific space, it stores that information and uses it strategically. It's not pure instinct. It's conscious learning and deliberate application. Dr. John Bradshaw, a biologist at the University of Bristol and author of numerous studies on feline cognition, goes even further. He argues that cats have developed a unique form of social intelligence focused specifically on manipulating humans. While dogs have been selectively bred for thousands of years to obey, cats have self-selected to control. And here's the most disturbing fact. A study published in the Journal of Comparative Psychology showed that cats are able to distinguish when their owners are paying attention to them and when they are distracted, and they adjust their behavior accordingly. If you are focused on them, they act one way. If you are on your cell phone, they act another. This demonstrates not only situational awareness, but also tactical planning. Neuroscientist Dr. Adam Miklosi, who leads research on animal cognition in Hungary, discovered something even more impressive. Cats actively test different behavioral strategies and observe the results. If one technique doesn't work, they try another and another until they find the winning formula for that specific human. In other words, your cat is constantly experimenting on you and taking mental notes of the results. Technique number 3, strategic physical positioning. Have you ever noticed how your cat always chooses the worst possible moment to lie on your laptop, or block the bathroom door, or position itself right in the middle of the hallway when you're in a hurry? This isn't an accident. It's a territorial strategy with a clear objective: to keep you aware of its presence. Cats are masters at understanding human flows and routines. They observe for days, sometimes weeks, identifying movement patterns, schedules, and priorities. Then they use this information to position themselves at points of greatest impact. That moment when you're getting ready to leave and your cat lies down on your suitcase, he knows you're getting ready to leave. He's watched you do it dozens of times. And he's physically blocking your action as a form of protest and emotional manipulation. The same thing happens when you're cooking and he positions himself right between you and the refrigerator, or when you're trying to make your bed and he jumps into the middle of the sheets. These aren't random moments of feline curiosity. They're calculated interventions designed to interrupt your flow and redirect your attention to him. And it works. How many times have you stopped what you were doing to move your cat, pet it, or at least acknowledge its presence? Every time you do this, you reinforce that its strategy is effective, and it will continue to use it. Technique number 4, manipulating meal times. If you have a cat, you've probably been woken up before the alarm goes off by a persistent feline demanding food. But here's the truth. Your cat isn't starving. It's training you. Cats are perfectly capable of regulating their food needs. In nature, they hunt multiple small prey throughout the day. They don't need a giant meal at 6 in the morning. But they've learned that waking you up early guarantees immediate attention and, often, extra food. And notice the pattern. In the beginning, maybe he would wake you up at 7. But gradually, over weeks and months, the time was pushed back. 7 became 6:30. 6:30 became 6. Because every time you give in and feed him earlier, you set a new precedent. This is what behavioral psychologists call progressive shaping. Small, incremental adjustments that lead to big changes over time. Your cat didn't ask to be fed at 5 in the morning from day 1. He gradually trained you to accept that time as normal. And there's more. When you finally get up and feed him, You're reinforcing not just the feeding schedule, but all the associated behavior. The meowing, the pawing at the door, the walking on your face, all of that becomes part of the approved routine because it resulted in the desired outcome. But wait, so far we've talked about 4 sophisticated manipulation techniques: personalized meows, strategic eye contact, calculated physical positioning, and timing manipulation. All impressive, all effective. But none compare to the 5th technique, because this one isn't just about getting food or attention. This one is about deep emotional control. And once you understand how it works, you'll realize your cat has more power over you than any other relationship in your life. The 5th technique is so subtle, so embedded in the daily dynamic between you and your cat that you probably never consciously noticed it. But it's happening right now and tomorrow, and every day after that. Technique number 5, manipulating intermittent rewards. This is the most powerful technique of all, and it's based on one of the most fundamental principles of behavioral psychology, the variable reinforcement schedule. Your cat isn't always affectionate. Sometimes he wants attention. Sometimes he ignores you completely. Sometimes he purrs in your lap. Other times he scratches you when you try to pet him. This inconsistency isn't random feline mood. It's brilliant manipulation. Studies on behavior show that unpredictable rewards create the strongest bonds and the most persistent behaviors. It's the same principle that makes gambling addictive. You never know when you're going to win, so you keep trying. Your cat exemplifies this perfectly. You never know when he'll be receptive to affection, so you constantly try. And when he finally allows it and purrs, the reward seems even more valuable because it was unpredictable. Your brain releases dopamine, and you become addicted to seeking the next positive interaction. If your cat were affectionate all the time, you'd get used to it. If it were never affectionate, you'd give up. But this strategic alternation between availability and distance keeps you constantly engaged, constantly seeking approval, constantly under its control. So, who really owns this relationship? After everything we've seen, the personalized meows, the manipulative eye contact, the strategic positioning, the schedule control, and the intermittent reward, it's clear that cats aren't just passive pets. They are behavioral strategists operating at a level of sophistication that took thousands of years to evolve. And it worked perfectly, because here we are, billions of humans around the world, voluntarily serving creatures that trained us to meet their every need. And the most fascinating thing? Even knowing all this, you'll probably continue doing exactly what your cat wants, because in the end, perhaps the real manipulation is making us believe we chose it. Leave a comment. Which of these techniques does your cat use most on you?